I got to ask you here, what's the party? I mean, Pat Toomey wouldn't answer the question. What's worse, if Roy Moore wins or loses for the GOP?
I think absolutely it is worse if Roy Moore wins for the GOP. And you look at that interview, that's case in point. It was so uncomfortable for Senator Toomey to try to defend these charges of pedophilia against Roy Moore. And he was forced to say the allegations were 3 years old.
In fairness, it's molestation. It isn't pedophilia. Molestation is we looked up this legal definition to be careful there, but it's molestation.
Molestation.
When it's teens, when it's preteen, it is pedophilia. When we're having to debate this,
molestation versus when you are having to defend someone who is accused of it and who there are corroborated eyewitnesses backing up the case, it's a tough position to be in.
Charlie Cook. Is Mitch McConnell, the way he's been, this clearly felt almost orchestrated. The minute, within an hour this came out, many of the McConnell allies came out and said he's got to go. Sounds like Mitch McConnell has decided it's worse if Roy Moore wins.
I think Mitch McConnell thinks that this is just so horrible that it's not under his control, so he's got to live with whatever happens. I think if the voters of Alabama, if they choose to vote for Roy Moore, I think the Senate's obliged to seat him.
Pat Toomey didn't look like he was ready to say that.
Well, but Pat Toomey, but you know, the thing is, you and I have devoted our entire adult lives to studying elections and politics and candidate voter behavior, and you get to the point where you're pretty good at doing it. But I would argue that the rules have changed in the last 25 years. That 1992, Bill Clinton, before the New Hampshire primary, hit with Jennifer Flowers' telephone recordings, the Vietnam draft story. The old days, he would have dropped out. If he didn't, he would have lost. But he toughed it out. He survived all the way up through last year. And Billy Bush tapes Access Hollywood. Normally, a candidate would have dropped out. Donald Trump stayed in and won. So I don't know what's going to happen here. I really don't. You can't predict anymore.
Well, we talked to some voters. Here's an array of folks that are inclined to support Republicans in Alabama. Here's what they said to us.
When I look at the other side, it's like I felt Trump. One was going over the cliff, and the other, I looked down there, as a rocky road.
I don't believe them because I feel like they are timed so suspiciously right before this major election.
I really am upset at my own party for condemning him so quickly.
It's going to divide the party, Kristen. You've been talking to Bannon's allies, right, and he